Hi, Dave Dickinson, President of Magnus Supply Consulting, and I'm joined here with Brian Levy from Katten and Temple, LLP. I'm going to tell you what, if you need to know about RESPA Section 8, this is the man. So I just want to ask you, attended your session, great one yesterday. By the way, we're at the ABA Regulatory Compliance Conference in Nashville. So one of the things that we face all the time is clients are saying, we just can't do anything marketing-wise or take realtors out to lunch or things like that because they're so scared of RESPA Section 8.
Right.
You had a great summary of that. Can you repeat that for us?
Well, I think there is a lot of sensitivity around RESPA and marketing, but really there's really no problem with marketing your services to referral sources. You can't pay the referral sources anything for those referrals. That's obviously what RESPA says, and you can't give them a thing of value in return for the referrals. But marketing to them is essential, really.
Okay.
As long as you are actually marketing and not trying to give them something.
Because I can't pay for the referral of business, real estate, mortgage, 1 to 4 family, RESPA covered loan.
Right,
I can't pay.
Right.
Where am I crossing that line?
Well, so you can take somebody to lunch, right, and talk about your services and talk about the products that you have, what you can do for their customers. But at that lunch, you probably don't want to buy the lobster and steak dinner. You don't want to buy the $250 bottle of wine.
Okay.
At some point, the marketing becomes something different, and so you have to have a story that makes sense. It's a narrative that has to be accurate and believable, and has to be internalized. It can't just be every time I close a loan with this person, I take them out to lunch. That's not a good narrative. But the narrative I talked about earlier is a much better story to tell, that you're marketing, you're talking about your products and services.
So the follow-up to this, though, is you bring me a lot of business, so I take you out to the fine with Chris, and we have it's not $250, but it's a $100 bottle of wine, and we have nice lobster. And this guy over here, I take him to Subway.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, again, that sort of destroys your narrative. This is really important. This is because, if you're a compliance professional, you worry about how do I maintain compliance in my organization. With most rules, take TRID or HMDA, a lot of these rules are very prescriptive.
Yes.
You have to follow certain rules, and you have your checklist. You know exactly what to do. With RESPA, you've got people out there. They're marketing, they're selling, and if they don't understand what we're talking about this narrative being accurate and being internalized, they're going to get you in trouble.
Right.
Because the natural reaction is, hey, this guy gives me a lot of business. I want to do something nice for him.
Right.
That's just sort of the human natural reaction.
Scratch my
Unfortunately,
back,
RESPA says that's illegal if you do that. Helping the sales staff to understand that, so that they understand that they are marketing, they're promoting themselves,
Okay.
but they are not thanking for business.
So it sounds like it's before the business happens, not after the business as a reward, because that's a thank you.
Right.
And I'm hearing you say, though, I don't have to treat everybody all the same, but it starts to deteriorate your story a little bit.
Right. Well, if your marketing is marketing isn't always treating everybody the same.
Good.
That's not a marketing truism. But one of the things I mentioned in my presentation, you can take somebody to lunch, and it could be a RESPA violation. You take somebody to the exact same lunch, and if the story is marketing, it's not a RESPA violation. So same lunch,
Right.
Same exact lunch.
Love that.
It's just the story that you're telling around it. And again, I'd call it a story, but it really is the truth. It's got to be the truth
Correct.
around what you're doing.
Right. That's why he's the best. So thanks for joining us
My
today.
pleasure. Thank you
All
for
right.
asking.
Talk to you soon.